8:59 p.m. March 2nd, 2020. I'm standing here on Walnut Street, Gift Street, basically. The address I've been staying at for the last 10 years anyways. I do this a lot. Um, I just had a big beep. I was facing the opposite direction. Let me see. Is there anything I don't want to be seen in this video? Okay. I was standing right here. I was thinking of some FBI stuff that happened in New York City. Profiling, books, networking, and them knowing that somebody's either interfering with me, kind of like human trafficking, but without sexual exploitation. Basically, the prime, before it was, and this has been many, many years ago, priming it for the exploitation of whatever they wanted, much less exploiting me for being the intimidation, and this is what they can do to people and shit like that. Anyhow, there's cops involved, there's government involved, there's all kinds of other people involved that have misconducted in all the actions. That's why it's organized crime. Anyways, I was standing here, and in my left ear, I get this big, almost like a Roger beep. It wasn't multitudes, it was just one beep. And I know that's annoying as hell, but it wasn't even like that. It was really loud, really precise, almost like when you went to hold a button down on a stopwatch, or I need to get the right tone, but it was like beep. And it wasn't external, it was internal. Like it came through the side of the neck, or it was in the ear, but it's something, I don't know. I'll just explain it for the earlobe situation. It was like almost in behind the ear. So, with that being said, you don't fuck with us. Well, what the fuck is your federal fucking police in front of me, since they want to act like they're above and above everything? They're associated with everything. One minute they're this, next minute they're that. We control you. We own you. You're a mental retard. We can do whatever we want to with you. So why is your FBI or federal agents, I may even be wrong, probably was the DEA on top of it, because it wasn't exactly Italian mafia on that situation. It was cartel, which I do believe is a little more richer than the fucking Italian mob. Hate to tell you. But no matter what it is, their cartel is a mixture of whatever the fuck they can put together. Russian, Japanese, Chinese, everything under the sun. The pictures, the books, identifying people, or maybe even blinking to identify, or getting the chance to even be able to represent. These are the people you've seen around you in other states, much less me just showing up into New York City and them being there too. Don't you find, I mean, what kind of mental health police or anybody else would think, well, shit, I think that's kind of funny. Columbus, Ohio has been dubbed as the ground roots anyhow of all the problems I've been having throughout my whole life. And I mean, they're just like that. They're dumber than a bunch of hill rock fucking stick stuck in the ass homosexual fag fucking rocks. That just can't, I can't figure it out. You can't? Well, then maybe you shouldn't be working and let somebody else do the fucking job. Including the local FBI that's turned all fucking faggy gay. Homosexual organized crime is what I call it, is what it's turned into. Basically homosexual mobbing. Gay people can mob too. Sell your ass on the corner just like any other fucking prostitute, right? I got it. Okay, I see where you're going to with that. Anyways, the whole point was not to ramble on a bunch of shit and throw out some of my feelings and anger and all that stuff. But anyhow, the Roger beep in my ear. You got Gennaro Torres, Thomas Stuckman next door. They've represented themselves as some type of law enforcement cops and investigate me. Ella Purdue, that lives right next door to me also. Mental health, fire department associated, this, that, those, and the other. You have Columbus, Ohio running its own, what I believe is complete organizational cartel corruption throughout all of its agencies. And like I said, I wouldn't have said that like just trying, oh, I hate this fucking place. I've been in other states over the past 20 years. They all tell me it's the ground roots of my problems. So, whatever it be, it needs to be resolved. But hey, they don't like it that I'm talking to people in other states that have authority. That's not scary, is it? You don't talk to other authority. Only us. Don't talk to nobody else, just us. Yeah. Go lube your stick, dude, and then go ahead and hand it back to me. But apparently I shouldn't say that because it's probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to get shafted again. Literally. Whoa, I'm supposed to make that figure of speech in a phrase, but that's a literal situation too. Anyhow, Fuck Columbus. And here goes another thing I've been thinking with. It isn't in a bad way, because if you're going to work with law enforcement, not that I was, basically being forced to do whatever it is, implanted in all kinds of shit with some type of DBS, all kinds of different fucking type of devices, which have also electronically shocked me to the point of mental retardation, like electroshock therapy or convulsive therapy. But, anyhow, having all of this bullshit happen, I just a little bit spaced out there, but having all this bullshit happen, was thinking about when I was in Mexico, which wasn't 100% properly represented because I was down there with a family friend. Family taking advantage of me. People telling me I need to get the fuck out of my family. Not only they don't want me, but the associations they have don't want me, and they will kill me or do whatever. Well, apparently that's what they've already done, because psychiatrists have already diagnosed basically social life death is what they've done to me. And on top with the intent of harm that's been done, and even attempted murder and stuff like that. But anyways, poisonings, all kinds of different things. Anyways, with that being said, when I was in Mexico, the United States value the way these people are utilizing, I'll say illegally, but it makes it look like it's legal, and loopholes and everything else. We'll do whatever we can under the sun to you, and even attack you systematically. And some of it has the power and authority control, no different than a human trafficker would use against another person. You was shoplifting. If you don't quit, or if you don't abide by what I was going to tell you, I'll go tell on you. I'll make sure the law gets you. I'll do this, or we've already told, but we can protect you. Shit like that. But anyways, with all that being said, a lot of things recently over the last few years, which has also led back 12 years, is Russian. Like the Russian mafia and Russian government. It's a weird thing. I went to Washington, D.C. in 2018. 3 days before I get out there, Donald Trump bans the Russian government and sends them back home. But it's way off. I just rambled that out. Anyhow, the point is American actions and authority, and the people acting on the behalf of America or the authority that they got a right to enforce kind of ceased. Of course it did. It's another fucking country. Same thing with Indian reservation. Traveling there, they got pissed off because they could not operate. I'm the one that's messed up, schizophrenic, paranoid, psycho, yelling, shouting, talking to myself, doing all this bullshit. Half a mile down the road outside the boundaries of the Indian reservation, they're throwing a fucking powwow like they've had, just like the World Trade Center just got hit, screaming and shouting and fucking rambling all their goddamn shit. Fuck that. We got a right. We got a right. You have a right to kill another individual. You have a right to completely obliterate their life, to stick on their back and then lie about it. Like, hey, this is normal. If it was fucking normal, you would have been normally allowed to go do that on the Indian reservation, right? No fictitious lies, no play, no unreality shit that you tried to make fabricate is real, is what was said. Literally at the Indian reservation. They was trying to play Indians and having an attribute like a movie theatrical Indian. Hey, hey, ho, ho. And being mean with it. And they was outright fucking point blank told to leave. Straight ass out. And you don't got a split second to turn your ass around, get back in your car and leave the reservation now. And it's going to be reported and recorded in the rest of the shit that's going on that you even attempted to do so. It's psychological assault. That happened 16 years ago, though. Anyways, I'd like to report that Roger beep in my ear is what I'll call it, a loud tone, like an assertive, when you go in for a hearing test. Do you hear this? A, B, A. You know, it's kind of like an A tone. Beep. That's alright, you dirty bastards. We'll get to it. And guess what? All these detectives and everybody else I was just mentioning the names on, they're all homosexual. Imagine that. The detectives, the psychiatrists, everybody under the sun, every last one's transgender, bisexual, or homosexual. And it is proven. It was worked on in New York City when I went out there in 2015. And it was cut back harder than shit. And I could breathe. I won't even say just breathe. It was a good new flavor of life, a mental status. A capability of capacitation of what normal is. Rather than under fictitious and falsehood. I'm done. Peace. Columbus, Ohio. Target of unlawful acts.com.